Good evening, and happy Thursday evening. It is August the 1st. It is the year 2024, and you are watching live and in color Charlie Platt and the Dirt Road Sports Show on Thursday Night Live. You are not on the wrong channel. Do not adjust your television set. Do not go outside and mess with your antenna. Do not move the aluminum foil on your rabbit ears. You are tuned in to the right channel, Charlie Platt and the Dirt Road Sports Show, where you're going to hear the truth and nothing but the truth, where you will hear things that you will never hear on the major news networks, on satellite, and on other kinds of television networks. Because you're watching Charlie Platt and the Dirt Road Sports Show, and we welcome you tonight to our broadcast. And if you're watching on Facebook, do us a great big favor. Reach over and hit the like button, hit the share button so it shares on your page, and everybody knows you're a fan of Charlie Platt and the Dirt Road Sports Show, and it gets our message out to an even wider audience. We're glad you're joining us here tonight, where we're coming to you live and in color from our studio right here in Enterprise, Georgia, our studio at Thompsontown, Georgia, and our studio at 100% Flamingo Boulevard, Georgia, and our studio at turn number 3 of the old Rocket Speedway in Dothan, Alabama. Live everywhere, all across this great nation and in foreign countries where we are legal and illegal to broadcast, and coming to you live in all 57 states, 5 foreign countries, 4 sunken islands, and in the great sovereign state of Baker County, Georgia tonight, ladies and gentlemen. All of our friends, even over in Cheevertown in Baker County, we welcome all of you tonight because it's time for the truth and nothing but the truth. Do need to give you our public disclaimer. If you do not subscribe to common sense, conservative Judeo-Christian principalities and levels of thinking, then you probably want to do yourself a favor and you want to go ahead and hit the off button on your computer, your phone, your tablet, or wherever you're watching us. Switch it on over, and I tell you what, pull up on YouTube and watch you some Richard Simmons reruns. That's exactly what you need to be watching, because we are not going to be for you. You're going to get offended, and we're going to go ahead and tell you up front, you're at the wrong place. Boys, got a brand new one tonight. Got a brand new one. 127.4934718 and 1/82nd inch in diagonal perpetuity. Television splendor. We are live tonight, boys, for the first time at Totsy's. Totsy's, ladies and gentlemen. We're live at Totsy's. Trapeze artist training for extra large men, women, and others. Totsy's. Totsy's. Toenail art, tongue piercing, and tripe sandwiches.
Whoa. Woo.
We're live tonight on the big screen at Totsy's. Tobacco spitting techniques for the cultured and elite.
Mm-hmm.
Totsy's. Totsy's. Tube tying services for cows, donkeys, and pet raccoons. And Totsy's. Tar and feathering mobile services for politicians in Two Egg, Florida. Big shout out to Totsy.
Go get you some. Woo.
Go get you some tar and feather. We needed some tar buckets and some goose feathers. We need a lot of them.
I am worried.
That would bring some civility back to politics.
But I'm worried, Floyd, about our leader up there in the top left-hand corner of your screen. I think he might have gone a little woke on us.
Oh, what's he doing?
Read that first one time again. Now pay attention to it. Pay attention to it.
Trapeze
Others.
artist training for extra large men, women, and all others.
Others. Yeah.
Oh, whoa.
It ain't me. It's Totsy.
It's Totsy.
Okay. All right.
Totsy is being he's being inclusive.
Yeah.
So are we being accepted by this all others you think now?
I don't know about all that. I just know this. I just know that when I went and sold the advertising, them trapeze had cables that looked like them things that hold an anchor on a cruise ship. I'll put it to you that way.
Well, I just was wondering because that might help us in our viewership up there at
Martha's Vineyard.
Yeah,
Martha's
Martha's.
Vineyard.
Yeah.
Uh-huh.
Mm-hmm.
Hey,
Yeah.
they may not be watching in Martha's Vineyard, but they watching in Cuba, Georgia tonight.
When
Welcome.
in Cuba, they watch it in Baker County. They on a high hill on the creek in Baker County.
Bellevue, Georgia. Floyd, do you know where
Bellevue,
Bellevue?
Georgia. I know Rawls Waters. You know where Rawls Waters
Oh
is?
yes, sir.
You know where that's at, don't you, Squeeze?
I know where that's at.
That's Spring Creek, baby. They
That's
Well,
some
built
of
a
the
mini
prettiest
perch.
water
They
there
built a
is on
mini
Spring
perch
Creek.
going out that whole there. At
Chris,
Yes,
you
sir.
landed.
remember that night that Floyd said that it was a poor old pauper lived on the end of Uncle Charlie's Road in Bellevue, Georgia.
Bellevue, Georgia. I remember it.
Yeah.
Poor pauper.
Oh,
He lived right there at
Everybody
the
lived
dead
in
end,
Bellevue,
Florida.
Georgia, knowed who that Pope Papa was.
He lived right there at the dead end.
of Uncle Charlie's Road.
If that Pope Papa had a died, somebody ain't had to call some septic tank. The folks keep the grave place. That's about where he was at that time back in the glory days when the glory
Oh
days
Lord.
when the glory days had dimmed down to just an ember burning, and that was it. Anyway, Lord have mercy, we done lived through that. Look at it, we got them in all been in Georgia up there too. Watch it.
Mm-hmm.
All been in
Yeah.
Georgia.
Can I-
Smut out of Alabama. Man, they all over. Boykin, Georgia. Looky on Miss Gail. Man, she's here every Thursday night
Yeah,
at 8
we got some dedicated folks. They keep coming back to us.
You know, with all the stuff going on in this country and this world, I was amazed this weekend. If you'll get my video ready there, Marvin, I want to give a shout out. Once upon a time, us folks over here in Alabama and you folks over there on the other side of the river knew that you just didn't go to Phoenix City, Alabama for nothing. Am I right, Floyd?
You're right. You exactly right.
My buddy Tim Taylor and I saw this on Facebook where this here old country act was going to be at the Phoenix City, Alabama amphitheater. I did not know they had an amphitheater in Phoenix City, Alabama, but it's carved into the land on the banks of the Chattahoochee River. And an act that I've always admired him for his stand on a lot of different things, but his music too. Ricky Skaggs and Kentucky Thunder played up there last Thursday night. It didn't take but an hour and 25 minutes to get from Headland to the venue where we were. Didn't walk 75 feet hardly before we was in the amphitheater, and never been around a nicer bunch of folks in my life. And if you don't think that place isn't, I just want to share with you, if you come to something at the Dothan Civic Center, let me warn you, these Dothan folks, I can't go down there too often because they're going to be after me. They want to be like Atlanta and Birmingham and other major cities, and you can't spend a dollar bill at the Dothan Civic Center. You got to have a credit card or a debit card, even to buy Coca-Cola. They've gone all plastic. It was a wonderful, refreshing experience to see them taking up the ticket money in a cigar box at the Phoenix City, Alabama amphitheater. And what would have cost you $75 in Dothan, Alabama, the big city, was $30 to see Ricky Skaggs and Kentucky Thunder. And I want you folks to listen to the quality of the sound at this place. And this was recorded on the telephone that I'm doing this show on tonight. Hit it, Marvin. Let's listen to a little.
People would come from far away, they come out to the break of day. Onward, onward, no cigar, and all the people was ready to go.
That's
For
unreal.
30 you can't beat that, boys. About an hour and 40 minutes of that, and it was just a great get together. And I'm proud of the folks up there in Phoenix City putting on something like that and making you feel so welcome when you're up there. It was really a good night. Can you put my picture of me and my little friend up? I want to say hello to Kayla McWilliams and Donna up at Donna's Barbershop. Ran into this fella today. This is a true historian, folks. He is the official historian of Henry County, Alabama. Even goes back to all the history before it was just where Henry, it included Geneva County, Dale County. It was one of the largest counties anywhere when they first started back in 1819. But that is our historian, Mr. T. Larry Smith from downtown Tumbleton, Alabama. And the only person that can rank close to him with loving history as much as he does is a fellow that sells 2x4s by the name of Rain up in Abbeville. And he told me Jimmy is now the president of the Henry County Historical Association. And but T. Larry keeps up. He can tell you what happened just about any year you want to know about. And on this side of the river, Henry County, Alabama. Good fella. Good to see Mr. Larry.
Floyd, tell them about our sponsor.
Oh man, we love them. TK's Bar and Grill. Last night I got the catfish fillet. Me and Nadine, one place all we eat. Great big old full catfish fillets fried to perfection. Some of the best French fries you'll ever have in your life. They ain't the frozen kind that you dump in some grease and take them out. They kind that you cut them up. You get you a real potato and you cut it up and you fry it and you put it out there and you put it on that plate. Great food right there at TK's Bar and Grill, 571 North Custom Street, Carpet, Georgia. Give them a call. Go by there and stop with them. Just visit in with them. You'll recognize the place when you see it. It looks exactly like that right there when you pull up. Go in there and sit and you'll love the ambiance of that place. You'll love the way it looks. You'll love the way it feels. They always got the air conditioner turned down real cool in there because there's women working in there. And they're going to keep it cool, I promise you. Y'all go in there and see them at TK's Bar and Grill, Carpet, Georgia. Take Highway 45 north like you're going to Damascus. Right out of Carpet on your left. Look for that right there. You can't go wrong.
Speaking of good eating, here was a feast this past weekend. I think it was Monday evening at the Pickle Estate. Charles, you ready? Listen to this now, if you will. Gator bites, speckled perch, chicken strips, okra, French fries, hush puppies, and sauerkraut slaw.
Sauerkraut. Looks like they got some of them good pickles in there too. Some of them good. Ooh, I'm talking about some of them crispy pickles. He call them, man. Whatever they call them pickles that they make themselves. In fact, them pickles make pickles. And that
No,
looks like
normally, under normal circumstances, the only time you see this kind of feast at that house is if them grandyoungins is home from Georgia. So I'm
they must have all been there.
yeah, that's kind of what
They
I was
must have
thinking.
all been there that night. Oh,
That
they
was
fried up now. They fried up, and they don't never make no mess with nothing. Everything here is neat and clean. I can't do that. I ain't organized like that. I can't make it stay together like that.
um guys, are y'all aware? All right, you know we've got a new vice presidential candidate that Trump has picked, J.D. Vance. The word of the week is this: they have called and said because of him that he's weird. J.D. Vance is weird. Okay.
I'll show you weird. Yeah.
Here's what I want. I want y'all, the three of you, to give me an explanation. If J.D. Vance is weird, I want you to explain this to me.
That right there is what you call reprobates.
Yep.
Are
I was,
beyond redemption.
yeah.
They
I
are
was kind of
beyond
thinking of
redemption.
the word
This
idiot.
is Sodom and Gomorrah right here in the White House of the United States of America. There they
I'm,
are.
vo- I'm voting with Queasel on idiots. Go ahead.
Yeah. The one on the right was in charge. Listen to me. The Democrat, he's a Democrat, of course, appointed by Joe Biden. The bald headed man on the right, pretending to be a woman with his high heel shoes on, he was in charge of the nuclear waste disposal for the United States of America. So that seems Sam Britton, and he finally lost his job because they probably still paying him for stealing women's luggage off of the carousel at airports. Sam Britton on your right. That man on the in the middle there with holding his cap in his hand is a man pretending to be a woman, and he is second in charge of the United States Department of Health. That man right there. That one on the left with his fake bosoms nursing a child that he and his husband adopted is Pete Buttigieg, who is in charge of the transportation for the United States of America. So
Floyd,
that's
let
And
me, Floyd, let me ask this question. Does that look like them bosoms that Pencil Johnson had on them?
that's bigger. They're bigger than pencils. Bosom right there.
but now I don't know because I ain't never breastfeed near a youngun, but look to me like that youngun there big enough to be eating solid food. You need to be putting him on some.
Look to me like he could open him up a can of sardines and he could eat
Yeah,
that with some
yeah,
soda
that's what
crackers
I'm
on that.
thinking.
I don't know about hot sauce, but he could eat him some soda crackers on that.
That's what
But
I'm thinking.
that's it. But that's not weird. This is this is a reflection of America. What Joe
Yes.
Biden calls it. This is inclusiveness. This is part of the DE&I deal.
Hey,
We'll get to that part.
let me give a throw out to Brooks Carter here. Follow him. Listen to what he's telling you. Watch the movie Hillbilly Elegy. It is the life story of J.D. Vance. The boy came from below the bottom. He had to look up to see the bottom in his childhood. And I promise you, it is a great. I've not read the book, but the movie is off the chain. It is
And
real.
and that's but that's why he's weird, Marvin, because he come up and had to work for a living to get to where he's at.
Yeah,
That's why
he
There
he's
you go.
weird.
succeeded.
Didn't
He
nobody give him
succeeded. He
nothing.
pulled himself up with his own
Yeah,
bootstrap.
yeah,
He
that's why he's
succeeded.
weird. Nobody, he
He
wasn't
joined the
entitled.
Marines. He joined the Marines, and he got him a VA loan to go to college. And he was so good at college at Ohio State that Yale University gave him an opportunity to come to Yale University, and he excelled at Yale University and became a lawyer from graduating from Yale University. Come up in a trailer house.
Yeah,
You
he
folks on
worked.
this vineyard, if
He
y'all want,
worked,
yeah, it worked.
and he
He had some
comforted
ambition.
nothing and made something out of himself. That's why he's weird. Nobody gave it to him. He didn't feel like he was entitled to anything. He
Mhm,
didn't go around stomping and cussing and hollering and demanding stuff. He got out and worked.
mhm. And
Can I?
he wasn't oppressed. He wasn't a victim.
No.
Yeah,
But can I say? Let me. I'm gonna give this kind of a disclaimer, and this is from me. And this is all. I've seen a lot of this today, and I won't say this, and I'm not gonna say anything else about it. But there's people that I'm deleting just as fast as I can off of my 5,000 folks on my Facebook page. And when I see stuff that some of them are posting, I just delete them. Look, I've got plenty of friends. I'm blessed with friends. I don't want friends that are idiots. And what is going on now? Folks are posting this thing from a preacher. He's actually studying to be a minister. His dad was a minister, and he's going to Baptist Theological Seminary. But if you look him up, he is a state representative from Texas that's a graduate of Harvard.
Mhm.
And he's trying to make fun of everything going on the conservative side of politics. Then you've got this Episcopal priest doing the same thing. And a lot of these Democrats are posting this crap on their Facebook pages thinking they're going to make a difference. Beware of what you see. And if somebody claims to be a minister, there's a lot of folks that claim to be ministers, but a lot of them aren't called, if you know what I mean.
They're
Now, I
called, but
can
they're
say
not chosen.
that,
They're
yeah,
called, but they're not chosen.
well, some of them ain't called, but they think they called. Now, I can say, and the fella up there in the top left hand part of the screen, knows that I'm not talking about him because I don't know anybody that preaches more out of the Bible than he does. And he don't explain it like it he thinks it ought to be. He explains it like it is. But these theologians that are coming in here from all different directions saying that that's not what Jesus would do, and Donald Trump is this and he's that. I don't like Donald Trump's attitude. I don't like his old New York brogue or anything like that about him. But I know what he can do as a businessman and the leader of this country. And I know I don't want a woman that thinks she's an African American, that has a mama that's an Indian and a daddy that's a Jamaican, and they whiter than me. I don't want that calling the shots in the White House and running this country. I'm through. Y'all go ahead.
Well, it's all pretend, Charlie. All this is the whole Democrat Party is pretend. When you can pretend that a man is a woman, and he has all of his equipment, he has all, and you can, and this is they're all for this. The whole Democrat Party is all for this deal about that man getting in that ring, in that boxing ring with that little old girl from Italy and breaking her nose, and he thinks he's a champion. Here's what's going to happen with that deal. There's two of them. There's two of these men pretending to be women, and I have no use for the Olympic Committee. Anything to do with the Olympics, I'm done with it.
I am too.
And all these women athletes that are competing in the Olympics, if they don't walk out and turn their back on the Olympics and say we're not competing anymore, if we have to compete against men, women's sports will be done with. There'll be no more women's sports. Why don't these two, and they're gonna win? They're gonna wind up in the finals. These two men are gonna box one another. Why
I
don't
got
they? Why don't they have a boxing or whatever? Why don't they have a category for men pretending to be women categories?
what about since they are, and Floyd, you said all Democrats are for this. It's okay.
They all
What would
fight.
be wrong? What would be wrong instead of having a debate? Have a 2 out of 3 fall match between Donald Trump and Kamala Harris.
Yeah. Well, I'm gonna tell you now, Kamala might whoop him. I don't know. Trump's older than I am. So me and him about the same age, and I tell you, I wouldn't want to wrestle Kamala. But I know what you're saying. I know I know what you're saying. But
Are you wait, hold for it? Are you saying that Kamala's had some wrestling experience?
she's managed. She's got some managed. She's got some managed attributes. But I don't know. But anyway, I don't think that I don't think Kamala is dedicated enough to wrestle anybody. To be honest, Trump would probably try her, but anyway, I don't. He'd have to keep his suit and his necktie on. He wouldn't put no ties on. But I mean, all of them, all the Democrats, ain't a Democrat in Washington D.C. that don't go along with it. But until these women in these sports, until they start saying we're not going to do this. This is phony. This is a fraud. This is fake, and we're not going to be a part of it. Y'all go ahead and have your Olympics, but you can have them without us. And until they do that, until these women do that, and they're not going to do it, I'll go ahead and tell you, they're not going to do it. They're not going to say, I'm not going to compete because they love too much. They love that adulation too much. They love that reward too much to understand what the big prize is and what the big picture is. That's the way I feel about it. Whatever.
Oh, we got good. Go ahead, Charlie.
I wonder what Reverend Pencil Johnson would think of this, Lloyd.
Well, this would be out of the realm of Reverend John. He don't think that way. He can't. He don't watch the Olympics on TV. He don't watch the Kardashians on TV.
Reverend Johnson, he's always on there on July 4th on the hot dog eating contest.
On the hot dog eating contest, he's there, and he's always there. Reverend Johnson is watching the women's mud wrestling, but he's not watching it quietly.
Hey,
He's watching it. He's watching it in a safe space away from system.
I want to give a big shout out to one of our viewers that's been watching since day one, Walter Booger Snodgrass. Y'all, he's got him a new set of hearing aids, and now he can hear us the way he needs to hear us, he said.
Good
Yeah, he
deal.
was misunderstanding some of the things that we
Yeah.
were saying on that. He was misinterpreting some of the things that we were saying, and I didn't know if he was. He never could hear. I can't hear. Never could hear nothing. I hear about every other word or every third or fourth word, but I'm glad. Booker's been up with us the whole time, man. He signed on early, and he's dedicated, and a lot of y'all are. We appreciate all y'all that watch.
Yes,
So
sir.
I don't know why. I have no idea why, but y'all do. Thank you.
Hey, Queasel, tell him about the holstered nine.
You know what? The best advertisement they can do. Let me tell you this little story right quick. I was sitting around earlier this week, and a group of men were talking, and they were talking about the holstered nine. Every one of them had went out and bought some type of firearm from them, or some accessory, whatever it was, and they were just talking about how well they got treated, what kind of good prices they had, the knowledge that they had. Listen, when you get a group of people sitting around talking about your business and talking about what a good job they do, and you are doing something right. And these people at the Holster Nine, Johnny and Keith, they doing it right. They got a good product. They got a fair price on it. Any kind of long gun you want, pistols, anything you might need for your self defense. Hunting season, it'll be in before you turn around. They got all kind of shotguns, shotgun shells. Deer season will be coming in after that. Any kind of deer rifle you want. They got anything you might need in the firearm need. Go by and see them. Step right next door. Get anything you need in the automotive truck parts, whatever you need to keep it clean, to keep it greased up, to keep that oil changed. All your farming supplies, that hydraulic fluid. They got everything you need. Even got some gifts in there for the ladies if you want to kind of get out of the doghouse, guys, like we have to do every now and then. And don't forget those world famous, world renowned Floyd B. Lloyd rabbit pellet grills. They got them, got the rabbit pellets to go with them. Go see them, 27 South, just maybe not quite a mile off the square, 27 South, right under those two beautiful American flags. You
Charlie,
know, I was,
let,
I
let, let,
was,
let, 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 let- I want to reflect a minute, if I may. If I
Uh
may.
oh.
Oh, you want anything you need to add, Queasel? Did I cut you off there? Or you just
no,
gonna?
no, I was just going to say that was actually the truth. I was sitting around a group. I don't hunt, but I was sitting around a group of hunters, and they was
You've
all
already said
talking.
it was the truth, Queasel. You've
You
already
know,
said it's the truth. You
well,
don't have
some folks might accuse me of
convince
lying.
and trying to tell people.
That
Either
is
you're
the
telling
best
the truth
advertisement you
or
can
you're
do.
not. You don't have to
You
keep
know.
telling people. It's
Hey,
like Joe Biden says, not a joke.
Wait a
This is
minute
not
now.
a joke. Not a joke.
Don't compare me to Joe
Whoa.
Biden.
Ooh, ooh. Cut,
Don't
cut,
compare me to
cut.
Joe Biden. Now.
hey, I
He
That's
want to.
gutted
too
you.
low.
He gutted you, boy.
I did that one time. I did that one time and said, "I'm telling y'all the truth." And he said, "Marvin, quit telling folks you telling the truth. They should know you telling the truth."
And when you say it
Well,
one time, you done told the truth. You
yeah,
know,
but
that's
people
it.
know me
But
might
anyway,
not
I
know.
understand. Yeah, I
They
understand.
might know I don't tell the truth on the first time.
But
But hey, on this show, it ain't nothing but the truth. That's how my
Oh,
that's
show
okay,
is.
it.
Yeah.
okay, all right, okay. I give you that. I
Let me
give you that.
reflect on something. Charlie was talking about Phoenix City, Alabama, and I see some folks
Oh,
here tuned in from. They said they're right across from Phoenix City, Alabama. Phoenix City, Alabama used to be a tough place. It was a tough place. That's the place that General George Patton drove a tank down to City Hall in Phoenix City, Alabama. He was at Fort Benning training soldiers to be tank operators and tank people. They had locked up some of his soldiers in Phoenix City, Alabama, because they had all kind of things going on in Phoenix City, Alabama. They had locked up some of his soldiers, and he drove a tank down in front, parked it right in front of the city hall, and told them himself. He said, "If you don't let my men go, I'm fixing to blow City Hall to a million pieces." And they let his men go. Let me. I'm gonna personalize the story. My mom and daddy worked in Phoenix City, Alabama. My daddy told me this story. Cotton mills, cotton mills in Phoenix City, Alabama. Mom and Daddy went up there. It was during the Depression. They didn't have no money. They went up there during the Depression to work in cotton mills. Daddy, Mama worked on one of them looms. She was quick, man. She was quick with her hand. And Daddy was he was kind of like me. He kind of, moved around a little slow. He'd think about things. He was the man pushing the carts with the bobbins on them, where the bobbins with the thread. These women were working on production. Whatever if they produced, they got paid for everything they produced. They were working on production. He had the bobbin cart. And he said them women would run out of bobbins, and he said, "You talk about cussing." He said, "I ain't never been cussed out so much in my life." And so I was trying to push that bobbin card around to where them women's was working on them looms. He said, because whenever I was late getting there with the bobbin, they was losing money. He said, "I ain't never heard women cuss like." He from Bellevue, Georgia now. He said, "I ain't never heard women cuss like that in my life." And he said they put a cussing on me. But anyway, another story he told up there, they lived in a row house. It was just a row of houses up there, cheap houses. And one of them caught on fire. And one row, and then the next one would catch on fire. And he said they was working in there. He said everybody that lived in that little neighborhood, hauling furniture out there, putting it out there in the street, hauling furniture from one house to another. And he said the fire trucks pulled up. Listen to this, Squeeze. This is how it worked in Phoenix City, Alabama. He said the fire trucks pulled up. They were ready. He said they said, "Put this out, put this out." He said, "No, put that down." He said, "Y'all got to come up with $25 before we put a house out." And he said, now this is in the Depression when nobody did, they give 50 cents a day. He said they finally got up $25 and paid the fire department. And he said they put the fire out and they're gone. But that's
Are
how
you serious?
that's how corrupt Phoenix City.
That's how corrupt it was. Yeah,
Good.
Y'all,
they murdered.
Alabama. That's a true story.
They murdered Albert Patterson, whose son took his place and ran and became governor of the state of Alabama. And they declared martial law. It's like Floyd said, Patton sent the big boys in there and said, "I'll blow y'all to hell and back if you don't do what we say do." And
But
it took the military to clean up Phoenix City.
That's right.
but
When
$25 in
you
them
were talking
days
about
would
Phoenix
be.
City, Ricky, it's been a long time since but I remember that story my daddy was telling me. But he said, son, it was tough in Phoenix City, Alabama. Him and Mama came back home pretty quick after that. And they dug in the tater bank out there, and got them sweet taters and ate a couple of them and got them some sustenance and survived. But he said it was tough. It wasn't
What
a place
would
for country boys, what he said.
what you think, Floyd? $25 would equal out to today?
Oh,
Oh man, what you did $500 probably then. In the
more.
Depression, nobody had no money during the
That's
Depression.
what I'm
This would
talking
have been
about.
about
That's what I'm saying.
1933, 34, somewhere along in there.
Golly.
It was that
$25. He
bad.
gave you some money. He said we didn't have no money. He said we had to go around, scramble up, scramble up, scramble up. He said, well, we got up $25, paid him. He said, put the water hose on
Hey,
there.
boy, you were real close. $25 in 1930 would be $470.32 today.
That's good. Yeah.
That's what I'm talking about. And nobody had no money.
No.
Mm, mm,
They
Unlike
well
today,
they
when you are an illegal alien and you can cross into this country and you get you about a $3,000 debit card and about a $1,500 cell phone is paid for, free houses, free food, free education, free hospital, everything. So it's just a different.
something that goes along with the Phoenix City deal. He's talking about the Depression days, and they were corrupt back then. But when they really got going was in the late 40s and in the 50s.
Mhm.
And Floyd alluded to this a little bit earlier. So they had everything, and when he said everything, he meant liquor, he meant gambling, he meant prostitution,
Well,
and
Everything.
all the
wasn't
as
part of the
soldiers.
mafia there?
Yeah, and the soldiers at Fort Benning, they were that was bait for them to come to Phoenix City, and they'd get the paycheck and lose it all, whether it
Mhm.
be on the women, the whiskey, or the gambling. And if they couldn't pay up, they said for years they dug skeletons of bodies that had been dumped in that Chattahoochee River. It's a
Oh, it was
bad
tough.
part of history.
It was tough. And I'm not, I'm not putting Phoenix City down, but that's what
No,
it was.
no.
It's a true story. We don't tell y'all nothing on here that ain't the truth, and we don't know, what we gonna say, but things they trigger, thoughts, and that's what we do. We're smart enough, to share that with y'all.
Well, after growing up here and hearing that and reading the history book on it, in fact, there is a movie on Phoenix City, and of all people, who wanted to put it out there and direct it was Desi Arnaz.
Come
And
on.
it's the true story of Phoenix City. Look it up on YouTube. You can watch it, and it's factual information, shows the killing of Albert Patterson and everything that took place. But it took the Army to clean up Phoenix City. And that's why I was bragging so much on the way they got things going up there now, as opposed to what it was
Yeah,
back in the day.
they've come a long way. They
Floyd,
They
really.
have.
Floyd, can you picture this? We on script and it said, "Q Floyd talk about
Yeah,
Phoenix, Alabama, and give a story."
yeah. Give a story about Phoenix City, Alabama. Yeah, that's if we were on script. You understand?
Well,
Hey,
that's
Charlie, tell them about Sawega Meat Company.
I gotta keep it up there, but Floyd, are you familiar with a tri-tip?
With a what?
A
No, I've
cut
seen
of
that today. I
meat.
don't know what a tri cut is. I hope somebody will tell me. I hope
Kenny,
Kenny.
Kenny Woodham, if you're watching, I meant to get by there and I couldn't make it before you closed because I had to get ready to do this. But they got tri-tips at both locations on 27 between Cochran and Blakely, and their Sawega Meat Company location on 431 in Headland, Alabama. The best meat you can buy in this part of the country. Locally produced beef, folks. It didn't come from Mexico. It didn't come from Canada. It didn't come from some country in New Zealand. It came from Henry County, Alabama, Haleburg, Alabama to be exact, is where the feedlot is. They've got the best beef. They got the best sausage you can ever put in your mouth, whether you like the patty sausage or the smoked link sausage. Got great smoked pork chops. But the beef, folks, you can't do any better than Sawega Meat Company. We're talking about ribeyes. We're talking about New York strips. We're talking about sirloin. We're talking about great ground beef and even T-bones. Locally produced products. You know where it comes from. Come see us. Sawega Meats, 431 in Headland, Alabama, and 27 between Blakely and Colquitt, Georgia. Get over there and get you something to cook for this weekend.
Guys, it's time for Charlie Platt and the Dirt Road Sports Show Trivia Time, brought to us by Southern Hissy Fits, located on the southwestern corner of the square, 109 West College Street. Give them a call right there at those numbers. All your embroidery, t-shirts, gifts. They do antiques, personalized. They got jewelry. They got candles. They've got caps. They got anything you want, and if they don't have it, they can get it for you. Stop by there and see Miss Vicky. Tell her what you want. Bring your items in there for monogramming or for embroidery, and she'll take care of it for you. The winner tonight of the trivia time will be a winner of a Charlie Platt and the Dirt Road Sports Show licensed car tag with the Charlie Platt and the Dirt Road Sports Show logo on it. You will be the winner tonight, and what we need is your name and the correct answer texted to 229-254-5060. 229-254-5060 is the magic number. And our trivia question brought to us by Southern Hissy Fits. Here it is. Who is, if I can get it to come up here, who is this couple? Who is this dynamic couple right here?
And where are they when this
Yeah,
picture is taken?
that's a good one too. And where are they when this picture was taken? Who is this couple, and where are they located? Who is this couple, and where are they located in the picture? Who is this couple, and where are they located in the picture? was that, and where were they
There you
located?
go. There you got the one.
Well, that's that. I did. Micah was a little bit, and Jeb was too. I had it on the text here. George Jones and Tammy Wynette in Panama City Beach, Florida. Jason Cox in the Bellevue community texted with the answer.
That's them.
1976 is the year that picture was taken.
Yeah, yeah. Got
Old
quite.
Tammy looked like old Tammy looked better than George looked. He looked like he had been. He looked like he was like he had been slung out pretty good there.
Boy, about 4 years after that, he did look like he was slung out of something when he got arrested when he was all cocained up that time.
He's happy right there. He got that grin. You see that grin on his face?
Yeah,
It looked like a
What does
possum.
that represent? What does that, what that grin represent? Rick, what they been?
been to the Old Dutch, I imagine, had a little cocktail before. Or the kicking chicken one? Which one was it, Floyd?
I'm
You
gonna say
think?
probably the old Dutch. No, 76. That old Dutch about to petered out by then. They was probably at the kicking chicken.
Kicking
Or the
Chicken
Red
was
Rooster.
wide
Might
open.
have been in a red rooster.
Kicking Chicken was wide open in 1976.
Them folks up on Martha's Vineyard don't know what in the world we are
Can
talking
y'all,
about.
let me ask you, can y'all imagine anybody trying to closed caption us? I would like to see what they could come up with.
They'd be a typing fool, what they'd be if they could close.
What he said? He's some dude from Bangkok, Thailand, trying to understand what folks down there in South Alabama rednecks is saying. Yeah, I would love to see what they would come up with. What?
Yes,
They probably couldn't understand what we were saying no way.
I say
You know.
something that they've got a very very strange voice there. I don't know what they say.
What they say? What language they
What
speak?
can we get a copy of their teleprompter script so we can know what they're saying? Teleprompter, what in the heck is that?
Hey, I want to throw this out. I know they're not an advertiser here, but I know Queasel and Floyd, y'all have got a clear picture, clear audio. I mean, it is like immaculate, and that would be because you now have internet via Colquitt Connect Network Services. Am I correct on that?
Man, you correct.
That would be correct.
I wouldn't trade this for nothing.
Can I?
Verizon, get back. Y'all know one night I was in here trying to talk to y'all, and I couldn't come on because see I got unlimited data. That's what I pay for. But then they send you a message that said you about used up all your high speed data.
That's right.
High speed data. So anyway, I'd be on and I'd be I want not
I don't.
not now.
I don't
No,
mean
sir.
to brag, and I know what y'all got is good because I can see the difference in the quality. And I talk to Floyd on occasion, and he tells me how good, happy he is with it. But I need to do a little shout out too. And this ain't available everywhere, but it's just been pulled by the road that comes down to the cabin, and I'm fixing to. I'm on the telephone deal because cable has not been available, the internet out here, but they have run C Spire fiber optic by my house. And guess what? If I was on the fence about am I gonna get it or not, the fence ain't there no more because they were the first advertiser when the deal came out last week with the Olympic and the Last Supper picture. They pulled all of their money off the advertising block and off of supporting anything to do with the stupid Olympics.
Praise the
So
Lord. I don't blame you.
I'm gonna buy them just on that, whether it's any good or not. That tickled me. I was on the fence saying, "Well, I wonder if I really want to do that." Yeah, I want to do business with folks that are, as Floyd would say, like-minded.
Like-minded people.
And if you can get on the web and find it, Colquitt Connect Network Services. If you live inside the city of Colquitt or live on the edge of the county out in there, give them a call. They will see if they can hook you up. I promise.
You know who? You
Real
know who
life
the first? You
disappointing.
know who the first fella that created one of those things in this part of the country? It
Who?
operates off an antenna, right?
Uh huh.
Yeah, got a tower.
That Buddy Bowie put one up on Lakeview Falls. Miss Gloria, and she may be watching us, would not move out of Atlanta because she was the business partner in the Bowie Enterprises. She didn't write the songs and produce them, but she was the business person. And Buddy, if he were alive, would tell you he would have never made it without her. Wonderful lady. But she said, I'm not going to move down on that lake where you want to live unless we got high speed internet. So he had a son. Ben was an engineer. He figured it out. They found the highest hill, put up a tower, and they got high speed internet for the first time on Lake Eufaula because of Buddy Bowie. And it's
Yeah.
still up there going right now.
It's amazing. I'm gonna tell you what. I'm gonna tell you on that. This all this deal, this internet deal, and all this. It can be good or bad. You can use it any way
Yep.
that you want to. Use it for the good. Use it to try to find out something positive. Use it to increase your vocabulary or increase your knowledge about an issue. Uh, don't use it for bad things because it's a trap. It can draw you in, but use it for something good. It's a great thing if you use it correctly.
Let me say this too: if you're going to use the internet to watch the Democratic National Convention, then I'm gonna be like little Jimmy Dickens. May the bird of paradise fly up your nose.
Marvin, would you do me a favor? The picture of me and the historian, I just looked down, and his nephew, I call him Dr. Steve Floyd. He had Headland Pharmacy for a number of years. He's retired now, is watching. And Steve, I ran into your Uncle T. Larry today at the barber shop up at Donna's in Headland and had a great visit with him. And just wanted to let you know he was out getting his hair cut fairly early today. And it was a wonderful experience standing and talking with T. Larry Smith, historian up in Henry County, Alabama.
Hang on just a minute, Charlie. I had done deleted it, but I'm going back and getting it because I am ambidextrous and double jointed.
What?
That's like Uncle Rudy Rock.
Double joint.
Undoing them taps on that.
Oh, hold that commode seat on.
Yeah,
For ain't rojo.
There is T. Larry Smith, historian up in Henry County, Alabama, from downtown Tumbleton, Alabama, in the Fork, where the legendary Shelley's Garage still stands.
I heard him tell a story one time on your show, Charlie. Now he told it. He painted a picture of some kind of
He
wreck or something, if I remember correctly, there in Tumbleton.
a, a wreck right there at the side of Shelley's
I
Garage.
remember the ambulance coming. It wasn't the EMTs or anything. It was the funeral home ambulance come.
It was the Holman boys, is who it was from Headland. Yeah, unreal.
It was a great story. I said, man, that guy right there, he's a great storyteller. Ziggy B's Seafood, my favorite place to be. I was in there tonight. I called old Ziggy B up. I said, steam me some shrimp. Too hot. It's too hot for me and Nadine to cut this stove on. We ain't gonna fry nothing. We ain't gonna cook nothing in the oven. I said, steam me a pound of them peeled and deveined. She knows exactly how I want it. She can dial that steamer in exactly like it ought to be. Some of the freshest seafood you ever had in your life. Some of the best seafood you ever had in your life. Right there at Ziggy B's Seafood Market, right here in downtown Carthage, Georgia. Tomorrow night, Charlie,
I'm
low
coming.
country for $12.95. Tomorrow, starting at 4 o'clock. Call your order in. It'll be ready. When they tell you it'll be ready, call your order in 229-758-5430. Ziggy B's famous low country boil tomorrow night and elderberry syrup elixir is what that is. And Queasel can testify to what that stuff will do for you now.
That's some powerful stuff. Woo, it's
Powerful, man.
powerful.
It's powerful, yeah. You talk about lead, you talk about pistol, whatever you want to talk about. That's it
Yep.
right there.
Ink too. Some ink too.
I don't believe he said that. Yeah, I do.
Y'all ought to behave. Y'all ought to behave yourself.
Ooh, what?
Well, it's just that dark color. I mean, you pour it in there and write with it. That's all we talking about.
That's right. Yeah, yeah.
Yeah,
Let me
see,
write you a check. Ooh.
you letting your mind taking you places, Charlie, it don't need to go.
See, that's what folks' problem is. They talk about, oh, y'all don't understand that. Y'all don't. I ain't said nothing. And what's going on in your head? What's going on in your mind?
A
We were doing
figment
a
of
show
your
one time and people
imagination.
got so offended. Somebody, the people, couple of people got so offended in there. There was 300 people in there. Two of them got offended.
Yeah.
Woo! Oh, my mercy. He said them other 298, they wasn't offended.
They
What's
enjoyed
going
it.
on in your head now when you thinking about stuff like that? So
When you do advertise, when we do that little talk about different folks like you just did for CKBs, a fellow that I looked at my page is watching. Bill J. Moody is with us tonight. So
come
hello, Bill.
on.
It makes you. Bill probably thinks he's listening to Joe Rumor to come back from the dead and doing those commercials.
No more. Good Lord. I remember that name too. Bill J. Moody. I mean, I used to listen to y'all on the radio, man. Back when in the glory days, back when we had AM radios only in our automobile. And we'd be riding around. We could dial in. We got to get it. Yeah, we'd have to get it right dialed in exactly right. We could pick y'all up though. Big Bam, Montgomery, Alabama.
Charlie,
You know them
we're gonna need to get him on one night.
back
He's agreed to do it. We got a studio to do it in, so we're gonna put that together.
That's great.
far back before we got fired. Them stories we told on the advertisements. That was some of the best stories we ever
Oh
told.
man, yeah, man. They don't tell how many cars we sold for the Ford place down there.
That's right.
They don't
Hey,
tell how much money we got them loaned out down there at the first
What
state.
about the mobile home we sold for
that's
that
what
cat
I.
up there in Albany?
Yeah,
Yeah.
oh man,
He
that's what
he
I'm talking about. The mobile home man. Yeah, they come there on limousines to
limousines.
see the show.
Sure did.
Y'all remember that?
I remember it. Yeah.
Yeah.
See, people don't remember stuff like that. They don't remember people pulling up on limousines coming in there to see the Mayhaw show with, with the
With
WMHAW radio guys. And other folks too. I mean, all them folks was talented, man. We talk about talent unleashed on people. We unleashed it, Charlie. You was there.
I,
You was
I
witness
was
to it.
there.
I mean, do you know that was a lot of talent in that one room.
What you
sure it
talking about, man?
was.
You know about all them folks that
And
could
we
sing and
we
play
probably
instruments?
was the least talented ones there. All we done
It
got up
was
there
we
and
didn't
talked.
we didn't hey
Now,
it was at least because we didn't they didn't give us no script. We didn't have nothing to go by. We just we just made stuff up as we went.
I remember the first night I went over there, Queasel. I talked to Queasel. He was helping them sell food out there in the concession area when I first saw him. Then he opened the door. Y'all come on in. And then the show got started. There's Queasel up there, one of the three stars of the radio crowd. He did more. I gotta say, Queasel did more in that thing than anybody else.
Well, we had to work our way up. See, we kind of like with the flow sweepers and everything else.
We
You
had
did
a
sweep
fella
the
in the
floor.
booth up there. We had a fella in the booth up
Yeah, we
there,
did.
Sheriff Jimmy Hope. And
Yes,
he
sir.
could hear us on the microphone. He'd have us muted for the crowd, but he'd be listening, and I didn't know all of that. And we'd be
Hey,
talking
Uh
about
I
that.
oh.
you this: if he had that recording and released it, it'd be worse than that Monica Lewinsky that got released.
Yes, it would.
We could figure it out, and we could look around and see folks out there,
That's right.
and we knew where to go. We knew the target audience right there.
Uh,
Good Lord, man, what a time! What a time! What a life!
telling
Mercy.
you. Hey, Queasel, talk to him. Tell him about him.
Well, I'm a little nervous about doing this and being Floyd to chastise me about the truth, and so I reckon I had this um good advertisement I was going to tell y'all about Shingler Law, but I'm only going to tell you the straight truth about this one because Floyd said I couldn't make nothing up. I had to tell the truth. So if y'all, and it's going to be short and to the point, but this little bit what I'm fit to tell you is going to calm it off. Y'all know not long ago, a month or so ago, uh, uh, President Donald Trump's case got thrown out in Florida. That was right after Billy Shingler walked in the courtroom. They throwed it out. That's it. That's the truth. That's the truth.
Woo!
That's got to go no further. 229
Okay,
five
okay,
two
yeah,
four
okay.
1225. Throw it out, not guilty.
I,
Shingler Law.
I
That's it. Go on
I
to the
did
next one.
I did see where on his page today he is on standby
Oh
to
yeah,
give advice on should we leave or not leave if it becomes a hurricane in the Gulf of Mexico. So
he's there.
he's going to be
Yeah,
available
he
to
told me.
take your calls on that if the storm gets going.
Now, Floyd, that's the way you do it right there. You tell the truth and it's through with, right?
You done with it. Yeah, and
That's
then you
it.
ain't got to go back and say, "Now I'm telling y'all the truth." Nope, nope,
That's
you
right.
done.
That's it. That's it.
Nothing but the truth.
Oh,
Through with it.
yeah. Hey, and he can be your attorney too.
All
He
you
can.
Yeah.
gotta do is call him.
All you got to do is pay him. That's the only reason that lawyers is in business is for the money.
Yeah, he
That's
ain't.
it.
He don't have that one call. That's all. Said he's got one check. That's all. I mean, that's what his motto is. One check. That's
See,
all.
lawyers like he's like a man that he's like a man that's running a restaurant. He's in it for the money. Like a man running a hardware store. He got to make money to stay there.
That's right.
Exactly.
Like a man running a service station, changing oil and fixing flat tires. He got to fix flat tires and he got to change oil to stay in business. So y'all
Got him.
Yep.
support him.
Hey
Yep.
guys, KWG Plumbing. Now, Kenneth Wayne Garney, he is licensed in Alabama. He's licensed in Georgia. Industrial, commercial, residential, agricultural plumbing. Kenneth Wayne Garney, Alabama and Georgia, 229-220-6694. 229-220-6694. That is the magic number to call for all your plumbing needs, no matter what they are. Kenneth Wayne Garney. Weasel, tell him his motto.
If you ain't flowing, he'll get you going.
None other than our friend KWG Plumbing, Mr. Wayne Garney, and I believe we got him on the phone. Brother Wayne, are you with us?
Yes, sir. I'm with y'all tonight, loud and clear. Yes, sir.
All righty, man. Well, we are so glad that you are joining us tonight here, and appreciate you being here. I know you wasn't able to be here last week, and I had some photos here. I got all three of them together. Looks like these first two here looks like a new house, some kind of new construction. Is that what that is?
Yes, sir. That's the new home up in Early County and edge of Baker County. Yes, sir. It's gonna be $1 million home when they get through with it.
Million. Mm. Now, the one on the right is an infamous picture. This is the Fishing Reverend's Church. Am I correct on this?
Yeah, the fishing reverend. He's been I can't see the picture because I'm just on the phone.
Yeah.
He's been cleaning the mullet up there in the kitchen again, and I done told him about that. He's gonna have to clean them up. He's been flushing the fish heads down the toilet in the
Oh
kitchen.
Lord.
Now I got to put a whole new line in there.
See, now that just bothers me. Them poor old sisters at the church that bring him pies and cakes and all them kind
Yep.
of baked goods and all of that. They ain't even been able to flush the toilet because he has been flushing mullet heads and guts down the
Down.
sink and done got the line blowed slam out.
Yeah, I told him about that. He said, "Well, out there in South Branch, I ain't got no air conditioner, but I can come up here and clean them in the air conditioner. They ain't no problem. I ain't talking up everything."
Oh, well, we're gonna pray for you and him on that one. I got another one here. Looks like you was in Panama City in the big Ferris wheel at Pier Park. There, good photo from that. And then I want to know about this one where you standing up next to a motor that looks like it's as big as some of them tiny automobiles.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. That thing's a gas burner now. It ain't no electric. That was the first one. Is the Sky Wheel is what they call it in PC. And that thing, when you're at the top, you're 20 stories above sea level. So we had, they got us all the way to the top and stopped us. And my daughter and her friend, we were all kind of just holding on them. But man, that was I had to use her phone because I left mine in Cockwood. I was disconnected all weekend, which it done me good. But yeah, we were 20 stories above sea level, and then the next one, that's a Mercury 600 horsepower engine, two of them on a big old
600.
huge yacht.
All right, now tell me this: if you had to guess, what would one of those motors cost?
One of them motors, 150 grand
Per motor?
per motor. Yeah, you're looking at $1.5 million yacht that couldn't fit in the picture. Yes, sir.
And that's $300,000 worth of propulsion right there.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. They folks down there buying them every day. You've seen them rolling out, going down there, putting them in left and right. But that's going to be my retirement gift. I'm saving pennies and whatnot, aluminum cans. That's what I'm going to buy when I retire.
That probably wouldn't work now, like if you wanted to run that down Spring Creek or nothing, would it?
No, sir. No, sir. Yeah, I thought about that. I was like, well, I can't find a ramp big enough around here to back that thing.
Can I interject here a minute, Marvin? Can I interject, if I may? That prop on that motor, that stainless steel prop on that motor. I knew a man that had a prop like that on I think it was a glass stream or something. They had 135 horsepower with mercury on it, outboard motor. That glass, that stainless steel prop. Dynamite King had a prop exactly like that on a 135 horsepower Mercury motor with a glass-strawn boat. And he was shooting a rooster tail. We was going to Panama City via the Apalachicola River one time. All day boat cruise. Dynamite King, he would run out of sight up in front of us. And then he would come back wide open with a rooster tail flying. And then he took off one time, headed back down south on the Apalachicola River, and we caught up with him. He was floating, he was drifting because he had hit a rock bed with his glass straw with the prop on it that looked like that. So somewhere down there between Chattahoochee and Apalachicola, there's half of a prop in the bottom of the Apalachicola. It looks just like that. So, it is Dynamite Kings. If y'all find it, call us. I'm sorry to cut in on you there, Kenny Wayne, but it's a true story, man. Ain't nothing but the truth.
Yeah, Floyd, this is the first time I can hear you, man. I've been wanting to tell you, man, I ran into Bookie down there at the dang public boat ramp, and he was wanting to talk to me. The reason he been calling, he was wanting that $50 that he won on that fishing bet back in 2020.
I get straight with him. You know the reason you can hear me, Kenny Wayne, because I'm on this Colquitt internet deal that we got going on here.
That's what I'm talking about.
We gonna look into that. Yeah, we sure are.
Y'all better look into that deal. I'm gonna tell you what, man. I'm a testimony on that deal there.
Well, brother, have you got any words of wisdom for us before you leave?
Yes, sir. Wayne, just keep a smile on your face. You know, be humble, be helpful. And Captain Hook wants you to know, just go all or nothing. I mean, don't be a halfway or nobody. Just go all or nothing. Enjoy life. Enjoy the great outdoors. Go hunting and fishing. We love y'all. Appreciate it. Thank y'all for having me on.
Thank you, brother. God bless you. See you next week. Guys, Berry Hill Auctioneers, www.berryhillauctioneers.com. That's the magic website. T.C. Berry Hill himself, the man on the right, the man, the myth, the legend, T.C. Berry Hill, our sponsor in exclusivity and perpetuity of Floyd's List of Impossibilities and a whole lot more.
Lord have mercy, old TC. I hadn't talked to him in a day or so, but he's I think TC's doing good. I think he's hanging in there doing good, making more money than he knows what to do with, but he's a good guy. Impossibilities. List of impossibilities tonight. I got some good ones, I think, tonight. Some y'all might agree with me. It's an impossibility that Hunter Biden will ever spend any money buying any more paint, brushes, easels, or any other art supplies ever. I think Hunter's art career is over.
Yep.
Now, any you stooges out there that happen to pay $500 for something that Hunter blowed through his cocaine cocaine straw, blow some paint up on a piece of canvas there. Good luck selling them things. Impossibility that this is. I keep going back to this one, guys. I can't help it. It's so good. It's so true. Impossibility that any of Hillary Clinton drawers that does not smell like anything other than boiled rutabagas. That's a, y'all got to say that. Y'all got to say that Here's
Woo.
another one. Y'all, if you will, picture this in your head. Impossibility that any of Stacey Abrams' drawers smells like anything other than a sack of wet squirrels. Now, I don't. I can't help it, man.
Woo.
Ooh, mercy. Let's get serious here a minute. Any possibility that Al Sharpton has ever gone, that Reverend Al Sharpton has ever gone anywhere without trashing the United States, Trump, and white people in general?
Amen.
Come on. Impossibility that any elected Democrat politician in Washington, D.C. has any problem with a man pretending to be a woman and beating up on a real woman.
Mm.
Mm, mm, mm.
Impossibility that you will ever hear Donald Trump mealy mouth, mumble, cough, or say, not a joke, or the thing in any speech that he ever gives. An impossibility that Joe Biden can go 8 hours without having a bowel evacuation in his hands.
Area of disturbance could
Oh,
affect us. Might not. Hope it don't. We need some rain on a regular basis, and we need some cooling off. But there is a area of disturbance, Hispaniola, and it is expected to come into the Gulf of Mexico. It's got about a 70% chance right now of coming across the Florida Peninsula into the Gulf of Mexico. The Gulf of Mexico water temperature at Panama City today was 88 degrees, boys. That means things could get kind of tight around the area before it's all over with. Kelly Crop Insurance knows that. They participate with us each and every Thursday night. We appreciate them for what they do. And look at these chances of rain coming back in on Saturday, better chance on Sunday. Monday kind of slacks back off, and then we'll see what happens next week with this situation, possibly in the Gulf of Mexico. Tomorrow, that 95 degree is a little deceiving. Some places going to hit 97. The heat index forecast for tomorrow, Friday, is 111 degrees for the Dothan area, and looked it up from Miller County, Colquitt, Georgia. I'm gonna have to come over there and get my low country boil from Ziggy B. So I'll be 2 degrees cooler over there than I would be over here. It's 109 for y'all over there. So just be careful if you have to be out in this weather any length of time. If you have any health problems, if you're a heart patient, respiratory patient, anybody really can get in trouble in a hurry. The old saying goes, Floyd, the bear can come up around you and get you. So
get
watch
bear
out.
caught.
Get
Yep,
bear. Don't get bear caught tomorrow
bear
because of
caught.
this weather. We
That's an old
appreciate
saying.
y'all. We appreciate y'all watching. Love each and every one of you. Uh, and we always ask for this. Pray for this nation. It don't take long to see what we're in and see what all's going on around us in Washington and things like that. But remember, The good Lord above is the one in control, but we have to ask to receive. And praying is a way of asking. And that's what we need to do for this country. With that, I will turn it over to my good friend down there on the bottom, just below me right there, Mr. Queasel. You take it.
Thank you, Charlie. Hey, it's good to be back. I missed a couple of weeks. Missed y'all, but I'm sure that the rest of the game kept y'all going. But I had to go down and check on our resort down there at Yeehaw Junction, and man, it's doing really well. Matter of fact, I'm pretty sure we're gonna probably have a Trump rally down there in the next month or two. So we might have to go down there. I don't know, but they were getting all the everything checked out, ready there at our Yeehaw Junction Resort that we have, and everything looks good down that way. Um, y'all heard what Charlie said. We in a mess. This nation's in a mess. But we in a mess that a politician can't get us out of, a political party can't get us out of. It's gonna take Jesus to get us back on the right track. Now we don't know what politician he might use or anything like that. We don't know, but let's pray to him that he gets this country back where it needs to be. We need to get back to where we stand up for Christian thinking and what's right, and we need to learn how to separate right from wrong. If we sit back and don't say nothing about it and accept it, then we're saying that's okay. Go ahead. So that we got a lot of stuff that needs fixing, but we appreciate y'all letting us come in, uh, spend a little time with you. Hey, if you see one of our public safety folks, whether they're firefighter, police officer, deputy, state patrol, EMT, whatever they are, if they put that out there, our veterans that has served and the ones that are serving now, when you see one of those people that wear a uniform and keep you safe, tell them thank you. Tell them you
Mm.
appreciate what they do, because it is perilous times for everybody, but it's more perilous for them. And they do it because they care, because they love helping people. So thank them. I thank y'all for letting us come back in. We appreciate you. So Floyd,
Thank you, Queasel. Thank you, Charlie. Everybody, we had a good time tonight. It's always a pleasure talking to my friends. And you people that are tuning in, if y'all think any of this is prepared or scripted, this is it. I mean, this is what we're having a conversation. We're four friends having a conversation with each other. And if we were here, or if we were at a cafe somewhere, or wherever we might be, sitting out on somebody's front porch or patio or wherever, this is the way that it would be. And this is what more people need to do. You need to have more conversations with your friends and find out what they're thinking. Find out if they got any problem. Find out if something going on in their life that you need to talk about. People need to get together more now than they used to. We spend too much time on social media, on Facebook, talking and never we're talking, but we're never saying anything to each other. And that's what we do here tonight. We love one another. These are my friends. These are the closest friends, some of the closest friends I have in my life, and they'll say the same thing about us. This is what we do on a Thursday night. We visit with one another. And I encourage y'all out there to visit with people that you love, to visit with family members, to visit with somebody you ain't seen in a long time. Visit with them and talk to them face to face. Do not do it texting or Facebook. And we're on Facebook. I mean, that's a medium that we have. But we actually are communicating with each other. And we need more of that. Families need more of that. You need to have more interaction with family members than what we do now. But anyway, that's just my sermon. But here's my deal right here. Exercise your Second Amendment rights. Always exercise your Second Amendment rights. Be vigilant of your surroundings. Surround yourself with like-minded people, and tonight when you lay down and go to sleep in that bed in that good cool room that you're in with that air conditioner blowing on you, in that good clean bed that you're in, you start thanking God Almighty, the creator of heaven and earth and everything in it, everything in the sky, and everything in the sea. That's the God that you need to talk to. And you
Mhm.
start tell him, you start thanking him for what he has done for you today, and you'll go to sleep and you'll still be thankful. Good night, y'all. We love you.
Hey guys, thank y'all again for joining us on Charlie Platt and the Dirt Road Sports Show. Big shout out to all of our sponsors, TK's, Holstered 9, Sawega Meat Company, Ziggy B, Shingler Law, KWG Plumbing, Southern Hissy Fits, Bear Hill Auctioneers, and Kelly Crop Insurance. Thank you to all of you. If you stop by one of these merchants, let them know you appreciate them sponsoring Charlie Platt and the Dirt Road Sports Show each and every Thursday night here on Facebook and YouTube. Sunday's coming. Go to church if it's where you can. Worship the Lord, the one true living God that gave his son's life on the cross of Calvary that we could have eternal life. Scripture says this, O Lord, our Lord, how majestic is your name in all the earth. You have set your glory above the heavens. Pray to the Lord, do something good for somebody, encourage somebody, pray for somebody, let them know you love them. Lord willing, and the creek don't rise. We're going to be right back here next same place, same time for more Charlie Platt and the Dirt Road Sports Show. But until then, no matter what you do in life, no matter where you go, who you're with, always be
Be
particular.
particular.
Good night, y'all. Love you.
Good night.
See ya.
See you.